So today I'm going to be going over fractions. So the first question is to simplify 18 over 24. So what you want to do is find a number that goes into both 18 and 24. So I know that a 6 goes into 18 and 24. So if we divide both sides by 6, we get 3 over 4. And that is the final answer, as we cannot simplify that anymore. However, you could have done it another way. You could have done 18 over 24, and you could have divided both sides by 3, so you'd get 6 over 8, and then you could have divided each side by 2 to get 3 over 4. So, whichever way you do it, you need to make sure that your final answer, you cannot simplify it anymore. So, it doesn't matter which way you do it, as long as you get the final answer. Okay, next question. So for all these questions, I'd recommend you have a go at it yourself first and then come back to see the answer. So simplify 36 over 84. So first of all, we can divide it by 2. So we would get 18 over 42. Then we can divide by 2 again to get 9 over 21. And now I know we can divide by 3, so we'd get 3 over 7, and that would be the final answer. So as long as you get a 3 over 7, that's the main thing, because you can do it another way. You can divide the top and the bottom by 6 to get 6 over 14 and then divide it by 2. Both ways you still get 3 over 7. So it doesn't really matter how you do it, as long as you get the final answer. Okay, so I'm now going to be going over adding fractions. So when you're adding fractions, you need to make sure that the denominator, so the bottom part of the fraction, is the same. So we're doing 3 over 8 plus 5 over 12. And the denominators are not the same, so we need to make sure that the denominators are the same. So I know that both 8 and 12 go into 24, so we can change them both over 24. So and whatever you do to the bottom of the fraction, you need to do to the top of the fraction. So for the 8, we have multiplied that by 3, so we need to multiply by the 3 to get 9. And for the 12, we have multiplied that by 2, so we need to multiply the 5 by the 2 to get 10. So now we can just add it how we normally add. So 9 plus 10, that is 19. But you don't add the bottom part of the fraction. That just stays as 24. So whenever you're adding fractions, you need to make sure that the denominator is the same, but you don't add the denominators, you just add the top part. So the final answer would be 19 over 24. And whenever you've got a final fraction answer, you need to see if you can simplify it anymore. But 19, you can't simplify that, so that is the final answer. Okay, so the next question is 7 over 10 and 3 over 5. So again, we want to make the denominators the same. So 5 goes into 10, so we can turn that fraction for the denominator to be over 10. So 7 over 10, that stays the same, plus 6 over 10. As we've multiplied the bottom by 2, we also multiply the top by 2. So now we add the top parts of the fractions to get 13, and the bottom stays the same. So we get 13 over 10. So after getting 13 over 10, we can rewrite it as 1 and 3 over 10, as it is one full part, as 13 over 10 is the same as 10 over 10 plus 3 over 10, and 10 over 10 simplifies to 1. So it'd be 1 plus 3 over 10, and that is the same as 1 and 3 over 10. Sometimes it will say in the question if they want you to leave it as an improper fraction. Improper fraction is this part. So it would usually tell you in the question if you should leave it as an improper fraction or a mixed number. So depending on what it tells you to do, that's the form you should leave in. Okay, next question. This one is slightly trickier. So first of all, when you're adding fractions that have a number in front of them, you want to turn it into an improper fraction. So for the first part, you'd multiply the 2 by the 3 and add the 1 to get 7 over 3. And then let's transform the second bit. So 4 multiplied by 1, that is 4. Add the 3, that is 7. So 7 over 3 is the same as 2 and 1 over 3. And 7 over 4 is the same as 1 and 3 over 4. Okay, so once you have turned them into improper fractions, you do the same as we were doing before. So you'd find a common denominator. So I know that I can turn both the 3 and the 4 into 12. So we have multiplied the 3 by 4 to get 12. So we'd multiplied by 7 by 4 to get 28. And we have multiplied the 4 by 3 to get 12. So we'd multiply the 7 by 3 to get 21. So now we'd add them like usual. So 28 add 21 is 49. And now the denominator stays the same. So you'd get 49 over 12. However, let's turn that into a proper fraction. So 12 goes into 49 4 times with a remainder of 1. So it'd be equal to 4 and 1 over 12. So now let's move on to subtracting fractions. So subtracting fractions is similar to adding fractions. You need to make the denominator the same. So 7 over 8 minus 3 over 10. So I know that both 8 and 10 go into 40. So to make 8 into 40, we multiply by 5. So we must multiply the top by 5, so we get 35. And for the 10, we have multiplied by 4. So we must multiply the top by 4 to get 12. So now we do 35 minus 12, and that is equal to 23. So it'd be 23 over 40. And can we simplify that anymore? No, we can't. So the final answer would be 23 over 40. Okay, so next question. We have 3 and 1 over 4 minus 1 and 5 over 6. So again, like adding fractions, we want to make it into an improper fraction. So for the first one, 3 multiplied by 4 is 12, add the 1 is 13, so that's 13 over 4. For the second part, it'd be 6, because the 6 multiplied by 1 is 6, add the 5, that's 11, so it'd be 11 over 6. I want to make the denominator the same, so I know both 6 and 4 go into 12. So to get the 4 to 12, we multiply by 3. So we multiply the top by 3 to get 39. And now the second part, we multiply the 6 by the 2 to get 12. So we multiply the 11 by 2 to get 22. So now we just subtract as usual. 39 minus 22, that is equal to 17. So it'll be 17 over 12. Now let's turn this into a proper fraction. So it'll be 1 and 5 over 12. I worked this out by doing 17 minus 12, which is 5. So we know after getting one part we have 5 left over, so it'd be 1 and 5 over 12. Okay, now let's move on to multiplying fractions. So multiplying fractions is way more easier than adding and subtracting fractions. As for multiplying fractions, you do the same as you would any other number basically. So 3 over 4 multiplied by 2 over 9. So what we'd do is we'd multiply the 3 by the 2 to get 6, and we'd multiply the 4 by the 9 to get 36. So with multiplying, we actually use the denominator rather with adding and subtracting. It just stays the same, but with multiplying, it changes. So we've got 6 over 36, but that can be simplified because we can divide the top and the bottom by 6 to get 1 over 6. If you left your final answer as 6 over 36, you would lose a mark. So with 1 over 6, you've got the full marks. That's why simplifying the fraction is so important. Okay, next question. So we have 1 and 2 over 3 multiplied by 3 over 5. So first of all, you want to change the 1 and 2 over 3 to an improper fraction. So 3 multiplied by 1 is 3, add the 2, that is 5. So that would be 5 over 3. And we can keep 3 over 5 as it is, as there's no extra number. So let's multiply this as we would usually. So 5 multiplied by 3 is 15, 3 multiplied by 5 again is 15. And 15 over 15 is the same as 1. As if you divide the top by 15, you get 1. If you divide the bottom by 15, you get 1. And 1 divided by 1 is just 1. As the fraction sign is the same as saying divided by. So the final answer would be 1. I'm now going to go over dividing. Dividing is the most difficult one, but as long as you remember the steps and what to do, you should be fine. So 3 over 4 divided by 1 over 6. So whenever you are dividing, you change the division sign to multiply, but you must also remember to flip the second fraction. So 1 over 6, that would change to 6 over 1. So whenever you're dividing, you multiply and you flip the second fraction. So 3 over 4 divided by 1 over 6, that would become 3 over 4 multiplied by 6 over 1. So now we'll just multiply as usual. 6 multiplied by 3 is 18, 4 multiplied by 1 is 4, and we get 18 over 4. So let's change 18 over 4 into a mixed number. So 4 goes into 18 4 times and has a remainder of 2, so that'd be 4 and 2 over 4. However, we can simplify the 2 over 4, so it now becomes 4 and 1 over 2, and that would be your final answer. Okay, so next question. We have 2.5 divided by 5 over 8. So first of all, I would turn the proper fraction to an improper fraction. So 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, add the 1, that is 5. So it becomes 5 over 2, and we're dividing by 5 over 8. Next, I would do the steps that you have to do when dividing. So do 5 over 2, the divide sign becomes multiply, and we flip the second fraction to get 8 over 5. And now I would multiply as usual. So 8 multiplied by 5 is 40, and the 2 multiplied by 5 is 10. And now we can simplify this fraction, as 10 goes into 40 4 times, so the final answer would be 4. So let's now go over some worded questions. So a class has 36 students, 5 over 12 are boys. How many boys? So we know that a class has 36 students and 5 over 12 of them are boys. So we can do 36 multiplied by 5 over 12. So we would multiply it as usual. So 36 is the same as 36 over 1. So 36 multiplied by 5, that is going to be 180. And then 1 multiplied by 12 is 12. So now we do 180 divided by 12. And 180 divided by 12 is 15. So therefore, there are 15 boys in total. Okay, so final question. You have 2.5 cups of sugar. Each batch needs 3 over 4 cups. How many full batches can you make, and how much sugar is left over? Okay, first of all, let's work out how many batches we can make. So to do this, we'd do 2.5 divided by 3 over 4, as we're doing how much cups of sugar we have divided by how much sugar is needed in each batch. So first of all, I'll change the proper fraction into an improper fraction. So 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, add the 1, that is 5, so that becomes 5 over 2. So now I can do the division steps. So the division sign becomes multiply, and I flip the second fraction. So now we get 5 over 2 multiplied by 4 over 3. So if we multiply that, we get 20 over 6. And that is the same as 3 and 2 over 6, as 6 goes into 23 times, and then it still has 2 left over. So let's look back at the question. It wants to know how many full batches we can make. So the answer to the first part is 3, as 3 is the full amount of batches we can make, as 2 over 6 is not a full batch. Okay, so the next part is how much sugar is left over. Well, we know that we have 2 over 6 of a batch, and in each batch we know that there is 3 over 4 cups of sugar. So we multiply 2 over 6 by 3 over 4. So 2 multiplied by 3, that is 6. 4 multiplied by 6, that is 24. And if we simplify that, we get 1 over 4. As 6 divided by 6 is 1, and 24 divided by 6 is 4. So we know that there is 1/4 cups of sugar left. Thanks for watching. Comment what topics you want to see next, and subscribe so you don't miss it.